Greetings RC friends, welcome to Props and Wheels. We are out in the local park to test out our iHobby RC A380 Plus. This I got from eBay for less than $30. It was a little over $28 with the tax and free shipping. And if you haven't watched the previous episode of unboxing and putting it together, I will put the link below because it is a really good reference if you want to know what this airplane brings to you. And I can just summarize it. It has proportional control, it has also high-low rates, and it has the option to add lights to make it a night flyer. I have very high hopes because the CG was also where I think it should be. But again, I'm testing on a very difficult day. Right now, I have two weather apps. One is showing 14 miles per hour winds, the other one 11. It is not steady. It is coming from kind of west-southwest, and it is gusting up from time to time. If you know about RC flying, steady winds, although it may be, high winds, is your friend. But if it is gusting up and down, it kind of screws up your plans, where to turn, when to turn, what's going to be your turning circuit and all that. And these little airplanes, although they have stability control built in with the gyros, they may not be able to handle the wind. So it's going to be a little bit unfair to this little guy, especially now like it's starting to gust up. But we will see. I have high hopes. I wanted to test it anyway. But if it doesn't do well today, I'm not going to hold it against it, because most of these airplanes, they are recommended to fly at winds at about 5 miles per hour or less. I have seen them fly well up to like 8 miles per hour, if you know what you're doing. Anyway, everything is ready to go. I'm going to take off into the wind, always. And I brought with me a penny and a dime, just in case I need to put some weight in the front or back. Usually these are tail heavy, but you'll see. So I have really high hopes. It came out together very quickly and very nicely out of the box. And I hope it will also fly well out of the box without any modifications. In the wind. Let's see. I mean, I can see that stabilization working. Okay, full throttle. Full throttle. It's coming. It lost quite a bit of altitude when it was going downwind, but that's to be expected. But it is handling pretty good. I mean, look. It is almost hanging up in there. It may be even a little nose heavy from the way that it goes. So I'm going to increase the throttle while I'm initiating this turn, because turning downwind, it is scooting like crazy, just going fast. And now I am turning upwind against the wind, and it kind of slows down. Let's bring it a little bit for a close personal. It was a little too personal, I think. And I'm going to switch to high rates. Let's see if it turns. Yeah, it turns quicker but loses a lot of altitude. So I'm going to switch back to the low rates. And yeah, the stability has been quite good. The only problem is I think this airplane may be a little nose heavy instead of tail heavy. It's not doing any of those undulations that you may have seen in my previous videos with the other airplanes. They are called phugoid oscillations. I call it porpoising because it just goes up and down like a dolphin. But it is doing quite good. Let's do a right turn this time, although we have not much space here. Let's go upwind a little bit, because once we turn downwind, it's going to come very quickly. It is doing very stably. I am really impressed with the flying of this. I mean, if it flies like that in this kind of windy weather, I think it's going to fly great when it's calm. I mean, the stability is doing its thing, and it doesn't do those oscillations that I hate. The only maybe slight problem is when it turns downwind, it is losing quite a bit of altitude, but as you can see, it's struggling. Okay, it's going to clear that. Hopefully clear the people as well. Yes, it did. That's good. I probably should stick right turns. That was a little too close. Yeah, it's doing better on this side, maybe, and actually it's gaining altitude this time. There may be some dip over here on this side, and the reason is the wind is coming above those trees and homes, and then suddenly it's just going into, okay, all right, it's going to clear. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is not gaining altitude right now. It's when it's going down, when you have to gain quite a bit of altitude with this one before starting to turn downwind, because it loses quite a bit of altitude. And I'm full throttle right now, so 50% it's losing altitude, as you see. Again, it is really high wind right now. So once it turns now upwind, it's just gaining altitude because it's going against the wind now, and it's doing much better. So one thing I can recommend, make like a wider circle, go farther away upwind, and then just turn later. So now I'm going to try to bring it a little closer. I'm a little afraid because there are still people around, and since it's losing so much altitude, I have to be careful. So let's go quite a bit upwind, and I'm just going to come back and then try to do a good job, hopefully. Here we go, up close and personal, and then now it's gaining altitude over there. So there are some dips, areas where it's dipping. Let me do another one. Actually, I'm going to go really high, do a left turn, and bring it in. Towards me, and see if I can just slow it down so you can see the detail a little better. Okay, let's chase it. Here we go. I'm really impressed. So I can tell this is a bud. This is definitely a bud. This is one of my top 3 airplanes now. The other 2 being the C-17 transport aircraft and my beloved QF002 baby. This is now one of them. So I'm just going to try to bring it again close, and let's slow it down. Let's see if I can actually do a hand landing. Almost caught it. I think this is a winner, folks. This is a winner. I love it. If it can fly in the wind like this, it's going to do so much better when it's calm, less than 5 miles per hour. Actually, as I said, it's so stable that it may be a little nose heavy. How can I change that? I'm not sure. The battery is already in its location. I can probably add a small weight towards the tail, very small weight all the way at the tail tip. Maybe a small paper clip or something. And then change the dynamics a little bit so it will fly a little slower, a little more high alpha all the time. And it will be a little less stable, but I think the stabilization will be enough to stabilize it. Right now the wind is really gusting, so I can feel it, and it did great. So this deserves to become a night flying airplane. So on the next episode I'm going to put on the night lights that I have for C-17, and I am 100% sure those are going to fit the little board here, those little jacks that are available on this one, and I'm going to make it a night flying airplane. Those cost me about $15 for 5 sets, so about $3 per set. So it will increase the price from $27 without the tax to $30, still within my range. So expect that video coming. And I have 2 more airliners, 2-channel airliners. One looks very similar to this one from another manufacturer. The other one is more like profile. So I will be doing the reviews of those next. Stay tuned for those. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them below in the comments section. I'm always open to suggestions, so suggest me another airplane I may not have in my fleet, and I will try to get it if it is less than $30 and 2-channel. As you know, I am crazy about 2-channel airplanes.
I'm crazy.
Stay safe and healthy. Hope to see you on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.